Yo, what's good, guys? It's been a fat minute since I've done one of these types of videos. And instead of doing a pickups video, which is what I was originally going to do, where I kind of just show you my new items, I thought it actually was a really good time to do something that's highly requested on my Instagram, which is a full closet tour. One of the reasons why I haven't done a closet tour already was because I felt that, especially after my second pickups video, you guys had already seen pretty much my entire closet. And it just didn't really make sense to me to do a whole closet tour type of video. But now with it being almost a full year, which is crazy, since my first video, I feel I have sold a lot of things and I've gotten a lot of new things, especially recently. So again, even though this is like a closet tour, there's still gonna be a lot of new pickups, especially if you're only following me on YouTube, which you definitely should not be. You should definitely be following my Instagram as well, shameless plug. But yeah, if you're from Instagram, you probably have seen at least a few of these items already, but there should be around like 6 or 7 new pickups for YouTube people. Yeah, so I thought it'd just be cool, kind of like a good time to do a closet refresher, a style refresher, because I feel like my style has changed so much since my very first video. So with all of that yapping out of the way, bro, who am I kidding? This whole video is about to be a yap sesh, like a 2-hour long Tarantino yap sesh. Okay, so starting off with pants, our first item is the Luke Paraluna baggy denim from Vuja, and these are a size M. If I ever forget, by the way, all of my pants from Vuja are a size M, so there you go. This is a 12-ounce Japanese denim that is finished with a silicone treatment, and the reasoning they gave for this was so that it would emulate like a traditional black trouser, and I think they did a pretty good job with that whole thing. The shape and fit of this is interesting because they're claiming for this to be a baggy trouser or baggy denim, and when I think of baggy denim, I think of like the super baggy Balenciaga jeans, or like the ones from Acne Studios that have like a similar model name, or even the first PLs that dropped. Those to me are very super baggy. These are not baggy to me, which is interesting. And I'm someone who doesn't really like to wear super baggy styled of pants, which is exactly why I bought these. But to market these as their baggy jeans out of everything in their 9 drop was interesting. Because to me, baggy means 2 things. Baggy means wide and it means long. Now, these are the widest legged jeans in their collection, which I guess is why they call them baggy, but they are the shortest length jeans out of the entire collection as well. And I'll show you that in just a second. So these do not drop very far on the body whatsoever. Even when I wear them really low-waisted, they still don't drop that far on your body. And again, that is not a complaint from my end. That is a good thing for me because I don't like heel drag. I don't like stepping on my clothes. But for someone out there, again, when we talk about especially Vuja in this video, I'm gonna kind of do a mini review because 1, I haven't done like a pickups video for that collection, and 2, I know that this is pretty much one of the only sources you can find information about Vuja items before you purchase them. Unless Ken does like a deep dive sizing and fitting, which he typically doesn't do on certain things. This is more of a wide leg tailored trouser, but in a denim, if that makes any sense. So if that's the vibe you're going for, again, body shape and height and all that kind of stuff plays a role into how it's gonna fit on you. But I feel typically that's how it's gonna fit. It's not gonna be a Balenciaga super baggy jean. The other thing with these is that they're marketed as a mud wash. Now, when I think of mud wash, the first thing I think of is Acne Studios, right? With that whole thing. So when this got teased and when they were, I think it was like a Gizmo vlog or something that they were talking about the upcoming denim drops, they referred to the new PL as a baggy mud wash denim, which honestly put me off a bit because I was like, I'd just rather have like a normal pair of denim that I can wear every day than something that's trendy or something that I might, I don't know, grow out of eventually. So it was really interesting getting them in hand that these are mud washed. Now they might literally be mud washed. I don't remember what he said about them. and that motherfucker be lying all the time about shit anyway. So like it's in one ear and out the other ear when I watch Ken vlogs, right? So I didn't know if they literally washed it with mud or if they were just trying to emulate a mud wash, but in hand, if that is something that you're worried about or if that's something that you're looking for, I don't see that in these denim. I think they just look like PL, like a PL product. And then Vuja Day, to me, their Paraluna series has become more of a colorway than it is anything else. And that's a good thing for me. But another thing I just wanted to quickly touch on because I felt that was kind of weird for me, at least. These probably are one of my favorite pants that I have, I guess, in my closet right now. It's actually really hard for me to decide which pair of pants from 9 that I like the most, which I guess is a good thing just for a closet in general if it's really hard to have a favorite of something. Yeah, not really much else to say about them. They're just a great pair of pants. They're everything I thought they were going to be, or hoped they were going to be, I guess. Not everything I thought they were going to be, because they're very different than what I thought, but they're everything that I was hoping that they were going to be. Okay, so next up we have the Wes denim from Vuja Day in the selvage, I guess, I don't want to call it colorway, but in the selvage version of this silhouette. They technically dropped them in 3 different versions, but we'll get into that in a second. Again, this is a medium. All my pants from Vuja Day were medium, and I believe this is 13 ounces. Let me double check. 13.5 ounce Japanese denim, and these are a selvage pair of denim, so they were made on that whole hand loom process. And I'm not going to go into the whole details of selvage because, guys, I don't care about selvage. I've never cared about selvage, and I did not buy these because they're selvage. I bought them because of the color. And the other reason why I bought them, which I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, maybe I'll have some B-roll later, but it is extremely like slubby and like has nep on it, like the texture of it. And guys, just Google it, okay? I'm not like a denim head, and I'm not going to get into these long drawn out descriptions of my clothes. So, but yeah, that is the other reason that honestly, it didn't really show up well on the cameras, or like the photo shoots that Vuja Day did, that they had that texture to them. It was something that I more saw in hand and something that is coming out of the jeans more and more as you wear them, which I just think is really cool because I don't have anything else that's like that. So it gives it a really nice contrast to the other pants that I own. The other thing with this is that this is the second longest pair of denim in the collection. I have no idea how this compares to the Nano Mist Wes. And if you guys are like debating, because I know it's like the holiday season, on buying one of the 2 colors, and you're trying to use this as a reference to sizing for the Nano Mist, I'd advise you against that. I really think that each wash and color is going to fit different than each other just because Vuja Day is smoking like crack or something. So I would not take this and try to apply it to the Nano Mist. I would reach out to whatever seller you're trying to get them from, like on Grailed, and actually have them measure them by hand or something to that degree. So yeah, these are the longest pants. I'd actually have to measure them up against the Steves, but they're definitely longer than the PLs. Like they're much longer than the PLs. They're about as narrow as the PLs in the hip area, and they're definitely the most structured pant out of all of the pants in the last drop from Vuja Day from 9. So again, I'm really glad I bought these because I was really close to not buying these. It's hard like to rank these with all the other pants that I have. Every pair of pants that I have right now is getting a ton of wear, and it's really hard every day to decide on which ones I want to wear. It really just depends on what outfit I want to wear because certain pants go with certain colors better. But yeah, they're a great pair of pants. Something I never thought I'd buy. This color of denim, it's a very interesting blue color. It's not indigo. It's not like a washed blue. It's just a very blue pair of jeans, reminiscent of like a dad pair of Levi's. But again, it's really the shape that I love about these. I think they fit me really well, and they are a very different option from the other 2 pairs of jeans that I have in my wardrobe at the moment. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of a heel bite on those guys as well. Not too much though, but yeah. Oh, this one has a little bit more. So I know there's some like heel bite freaks in chat probably. Okay, next up we have the Steve distress jeans from Vuja Day, which obviously is not a new pickup because I have this in my last summer's pickup video. So we won't go too in depth about these because I already have a whole video on that. I would say the sizing for these are like the most accurate out of all the other Vuja Day denim from 9. They're advertising this as a 33-inch waist, and I would say that they're about like a true 32-ish inch waist. I think the other thing that goes into them feeling roomier is that it is a really light and thin material. And I don't mean thin in like a low quality way. They actually feel really luxurious when you put them on because they're very soft. If you guys actually own the 21M jeans and like a vintage black colorway, Acne has some really, really soft denim like right out the box, and I don't think that's sometimes people associate that with poor quality with denim, but I don't really see that as the case. I think it's just something that you need to know that you want before you buy them. And that's definitely something that I wanted from this. And they are definitely a very flowy pair of pants. They're really long. I actually think they're the longest pant in the 9 collection. It's really close between this and the West. I'd have to measure them, which I'm not going to do. But they're about equal to each other. If not, this one's a little bit longer. That also could just be because I can wear these a little bit lower on my body than the West because of how much looser that they fit around me. And I just really love how they stack on flat shoes, which is predominantly my entire like shoe rotation at the moment. So yeah, great pair of pants. As you can tell from the bottoms of these, which I've recently got dry cleaned, but they were disgusting before. I absolutely trashed these in Europe because I wore them so much and it was like so muddy and raining all the time there. But yeah, absolutely love these guys. It also has my favorite patch on the back. So I know I didn't show these for the other ones, but it has this suede patch, which I fucking cooked at the goddamn dry cleaners, dude. I don't know why I thought that this would like survive the dry cleaner, but it didn't. I turned it into like a piece of bacon, which is really annoying because I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna throw them in the washing machine because first of all, I don't wash my denim. If you wash your denim, I don't know what you're doing. Like in the washing machine, like you're tripping. But I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like put suede in the washing machine. That's stupid. It's gonna ruin it. I'll just take it to the dry cleaner. And I got fucking broiled on 450 for like 2 hours there apparently. So yeah, really annoyed about that. Speaking of patches, I'll just go over the other ones. The West patch is absolutely trash in my opinion. I think that it's just... okay, I take that back. It isn't trash. Comparing it to the other 2 patches though, from this drop, so you saw the first one, and then that like suede patch. I just feel like the suede patches were done so much better, and the leather on the West patch just looks like, I don't know, it just looks gross compared to the other 2. So that's a little nitpick thing, whatever. You guys know I'm always gonna like call them out on whatever I don't like. So that was the only thing out of all 3 pants that I just really didn't care for. But yeah, Steves are great. Wear them all the time. I really like the pop of color that they give my outfits because sometimes I get a little too tonal with my fits with like blacks and browns and navies. So this does really well with certain outfits that I like to have a little bit more color with. Another pair of pants that or not pants, I guess bottoms, I'm not really gonna talk too much about because they're in another video and it's just super out of season, but it's a wardrobe tour, so I'm gonna include them. Are the Bottega Veneta spring, I don't remember what year shorts. And they're basically just like a different take on a cargo short. Again, I wear them a lot in the summertime. It's not the summertime. I just want to talk about them because, you know, again, I have them. But if you want to see them in a video, just go to my summer pickups video and they are there. But yeah, from the Daniel Lee era, I believe they are spring 2020, and I got them for a crazy good deal on Grailed. So yeah, Bottega Veneta, I guess cargo shorts or articulated shorts, I think is what they're called technically. Okay, so I guess we'll go from pants to tops, and I'm not gonna go over my t-shirts just because like I feel like that's just so pointless. Just know that I buy all of my t-shirts from Jill Sander. I just like how they fit. It's no particular other reason than that. So like both of these are from Jill Sander. I have like another one in black. And then the only other place that I have bought t-shirts from is Studio Nicholson. Again, if you guys have watched my very first pickups video, it is the same t-shirts from that pickups video. The only difference is that I've cropped most of them to a certain length. Not saying that they're like super cropped or anything. I just shortened them because they just were too long for me. But yeah, the same t-shirts from those videos. Next, I guess, t-shirt that I guess I'll talk about is the Vuja Day Iris tee from, this is from 008. It's a good t-shirt. I mean, I think I liked it a lot more when it first came out, but it's not one of those items where it's like I don't wear anymore or I don't like, and I'm not gonna like sell it or anything like that. But I mean, it's just a t-shirt, guys. It's just a double layered t-shirt. I don't think you should pay any crazy price for it on Grailed if you see it come up on Grailed, because I know like this color sold out super fast and people wanted it. It's something that I don't wear very often, but again, like I said, it's a t-shirt. It wasn't like too overpriced in my opinion, and I still wear it. So next we will talk about another item that isn't new to my closet, and that is the above shirt from Our Legacy. And it is one of the only pieces of Our Legacy that has lasted since my first video. I used to have a ton of Our Legacy items, even items that I don't ever think I showed on YouTube before I started my channel and after, like in between my pickups videos that I've gotten rid of. This shirt really like got me into flannel type shirts, and I've never been a huge flannel person, but I've always loved button-up shirts. So I don't know, it was something about the color for sure, and like how like the pops of blue came through like this dark mocha chocolate kind of brown color. It has been something that I've worn like a lot. I mean a lot since since I've shown it to you guys, but I've worn it a lot since I've owned it, and it's something that I do see staying in my wardrobe. I don't want to say forever, but like for a long time. So I really, really liked this shirt so much that this is like the tragic part. I thought I was buying another version of this shirt, but in wool cashmere, because this is not wool, even though it might kind of appear that way. It's acrylic, a little bit of silk, like how Vuja Day does cashmere. It's like a little bit of silk. And what's the other material in it? Is it cotton? Oh, never mind, I'm tweaking. There is wool in it. It's like a wool poly acrylic blend or whatever. But it's like 33% this, 33% that, 33% something else, and then like your 6% silk tax. So yeah, I wanted something that was like this exact silhouette, because I loved it so much and how it fit me, but in a different type of material to try out. So that's where this next piece comes into play, which is not the above shirt in wool cashmere. It is the borrowed shirt in wool cashmere. And this was an error on my end. I bought this on Grailed. The Grailed seller did nothing wrong. He advertised it perfectly fine, but I made the mistake of looking at the image and being, oh yeah, that's the above shirt. I'll just get that as well. It wasn't. And the whole idea behind the borrowed series in Our Legacy, which if you have common sense, you'll know what borrowed means. It's supposed to emulate something that you borrowed from your dad or borrowed from another person, and it doesn't fit you quite right. And well, wouldn't you know it, it doesn't fucking fit me quite right, guys. It fits me a little bit too oversized and big. Now, sometimes I do like that look. And there's certain looks with like layered with sweaters underneath where it looks very oversized and flowy, and I do like that look. But that's not why I bought it, and that's not like that wasn't the intended fit I was going for, right? And so this is a size 48. Both of these are size 48, which in Our Legacy, I am a 48 for shirts, and it always fits perfectly when it isn't intended to be oversized. So I think if I got this in a 46, it would have fit me better. But yeah, I don't really wear it too often because of that reason. It just doesn't fit me well. And let this be a note to anyone out there who thinks materials is everything. Not to say that this is like the greatest quality wool and cashmere that I've ever felt, because it's not. But, you know, just because something has a certain material in it, one, doesn't mean you're going to wear it, okay? Just because it has nice materials does not mean you're going to wear it. And then two, just because the material sounds nice, wool, cashmere, silk, whatever, it doesn't mean the quality is going to be good. I think we're a lot of times like quality and the name of the material gets like used interchangeably, and like there's so many things that go into what you see and what you're feeling in your hands, from like the animal to your room, there's so many different processes and so many different like variables that go into making a garment of clothing that's going to change how the like perceived quality of something actually is. So what I just yapped about, what that means is like, just because something is cotton poly does not mean it's going to be less like a lesser quality than something that is cashmere and wool or silk and nylon or whatever. Because the way that companies raise their animals, or not the luxury companies, but like where the luxury companies are buying their products from, the way that the animal is raised, the way that they extract the material, the way the material is engineered in the factory, the way that the person is, like how the person was trained who's assembling your clothes, if they're watching it off of a TV screen in a factory, or if they've spent years mastering the craft like at Hermes, it's gonna make a difference. Like it actually makes a difference in the quality of your clothes. So I know that was a huge side little rant. I don't want to make a video on it, but I just wanted to talk about it because that is something that is apparent in both of these pieces here. And then back to what I was saying, because we went on a side tangent like crazy right there, is that even if the materials were like the best wool cashmere I've ever felt in my life, it doesn't mean you're going to wear it, because if it doesn't fit the way you want it to, you're not going to wear it. So lesson learned for me, just because something has a certain material in it doesn't mean you're going to like it. I think I just needed to yap about that so that I ingrained it in my own brain for myself. And whoever that helped out there, I'm glad it helped you, if that helped anyone. So those were those two shirts from our legacy. I probably will sell this at some point, maybe. I don't know. The other thing is I got this for such like a cheap price. It was like $100 and something on Grailed. So like, I don't really see the point in selling it because I still will wear it occasionally. This one I will wear for a long time. It doesn't matter what material it was made out of. I just like this shirt, so I will keep this and I will wear it for a long time. But I think this was probably my last Our Legacy purchase. I don't know if ever, but for a while. I think Our Legacy, Acne Studios, I don't know, those are the first two brands that came to mind. Those are some brands that I'm like outgrowing stylistically. I just don't feel I resonate with their brand anymore, so I just probably won't be buying too much of them anymore. But on that note, we did find a new brand. Okay, not a new brand, not new to me and probably not new to you, but a brand that I have never bought anything from before, and that is Orly. So next up we have this. Yeah, this is probably my favorite piece in my entire wardrobe right now. It's definitely up there. This is the super lightweight wool shirt from Orly. This is gonna be one of those pieces that's gonna be really hard to like convey to you or like show you how insane of a piece this actually is through like a computer screen or a phone screen, because this shirt like blew my mind when I saw it for the first time in person. So of course you guys know that I went to Europe recently, and one thing that I'll say about shopping in Europe is that it was fun for like the first couple of days, but dude, we went to so many Bottega, Acne Studios, like Balenciaga styled like vendor stores where like they would have like a selection, Margiela, Rick Owens. Bro, once you went to one of those places, I swear to God, you've seen it all. Like by whatever day we were at, and this was just I think it was in Milan, Italy. We were only there for like 3 days. After like the first day and a half, bro, I was so over like looking through stores. Like I was just tired, bro. We were just tired. So we were in, I think it was End Clothing in Milan, and we're walking around the store. And I just remember I was just numb to like everything. All of the clothes around me just looked the same. And we were walking past this like arm of clothes, and it was like, okay, Acne, or like, dude, even every store like groups the clothing together the same. It was like Acne, Our Legacy, blah 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 blah. And then I was walking past, and I was like, oh, like this is a sick like looking color shirt, and it wasn't this color. It was like a slightly bluer, pinkish color of this. And I was like, oh shit, that looks really sick. That kind of reminds me of like the Bottega leather shirt. And I was like, oh, let me try it. So I grabbed the shirt, and this guy, like this worker, out of nowhere, bro, he was like, hey, yo, that's a sick shirt. You know it's wool, right? And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not wool. because I'm like even touching it now, I'm like, bro, this is not wool. I go inside, I look at the tag, and I'm like, bro, this is 100% wool. What the fuck? Like, this is crazy. And then, of course, it's from Orly. And I've seen that shirt and this shirt. I've seen the shirt before online, like on Essence, everywhere. Like, I've seen the shirt before. But I've never thought to like try it because on pictures on websites, it just looked like an ordinary shirt. But seeing it in person, like feeling it, picking it up, the flowiness to it, like the texture of it, the color of it in person, dude, like I don't know what it was. I was so obsessed with it in Milan, and the only reason why I didn't purchase that one at the time in store was because it was a size 3, and the sleeves were like, they like hit right here on my wrist, which I didn't like that. I like my sleeves to like fully hit the very ends of my wrist, if not overflow into my hands a bit, because I kind of like that look. But yeah, that was it was like really throwing me off hard. But I never stopped thinking about the shirt after we left. I was like, bro, this is like the sickest thing I've seen in a long time. And I think it's because my style of clothing, like to wear on myself, is very, I don't know, day-to-day, normal, whatever. I like it when you can wear, I like when something appears to be normal but has a very unique finish to it that only you, the wearer, would know is happening, which is a reason why I love Bottega Veneta so much and why I love Matthieu Blazy so much, is because his manipulations of materials is like his thing. Like, you know how Margiela has the deconstruction, reconstruction, and like, you know, name your favorite designer, like Dries, it's his photorealistic pattern working, right? His sequencing and all that kind of stuff. Matthieu Blazy, to me, like his strongest thing is like material manipulation, which is why Bottega, in my opinion, is so popular right now. And I know you guys have all seen like the plaid leather shirt from Bottega, or like in the newest season, the jeans that they look like jeans, but they're actually, I think it's linen, like 100% linen. So I know I geek out about stuff like that because it's like, wow, something that I would actually want to wear on my body every day, like in a day-to-day life situation, but it has like that cool, like almost like if you know, you know kind of thing. I don't know, maybe I'm just yapping like right now, but yeah, I was super blown away with it. And then I found the shirt that I saw in Milan on Grailed, but I was like, I don't know if a size 4 would fit me, because remember the 3 didn't fit me the way I wanted it to, and it was a size 4 on Grailed. So what I ended up doing was I was like, okay, let me buy it from Essence, and the Essence private sale was going on, so that was perfect timing. So I got the 4 from Essence in this color, and I was like, all right, let me try it on and see before I buy the 4 from Grailed, and I would just return this one. And when it came in, I was like, wait a second, I think I like this color way more than the other one, and I did, and I kept it. So long-winded explanation of how we got this, but again, for the pickups, I know you guys probably want to hear a little bit extra yap for the new items. So yeah, insane quality on this shirt. I know we just got done talking about quality and material and all that, but yeah, insane quality on this. I have never felt a wool shirt that felt like silk, and that putting it on your bare skin feels better than like wearing it with like a t-shirt or long sleeve. Because for me, that can easily happen with like mid-tier luxury brands with wool, depending on like how they treat it and whatnot. And I think I just have extra sensitive skin. So when I put on wool products, typically I just don't like the feeling of it. And it's not necessarily that it's itchy, I just don't like the feeling of a lot of wools. But guys, like, I didn't even believe that this was wool in person. Even after I read the tag, I was like, bro, there's no way that this is wool. So fits my style perfectly with it being like a button-up shirt. I'm really into those plaid style shirts. Not any plaid shirt, like it has to have, you know, that extra thing about it. So, but yeah, absolutely love this shirt. And this shirt really put me onto Orly. Like, I've known about them, I've seen their products. I've always been a little bit like whatever about them, because it was just like, it's kind of just like another Jill brand, kind of, where it's like minimalistic, you know, high quality materials, boring silhouettes. But this shirt really made me look harder in Orly, and now my opinion of Orly has changed. It's actually like a perfect bridge for me of the playfulness of like Bottega with some of their colors, because they use really vibrant colors, but with like the minimalist clean cut look of like a Jill Sander, or even some other pieces kind of like the Row kind of like aesthetic, right? And I can't afford BV for the most part, and I cannot afford the Row, and Jill Sander is kind of ass recently. So yeah, so Orly has definitely become almost like a new staple, essential brand for my wardrobe. Like, I'm not gonna just have a whole wardrobe of Orly because I can afford that, but for the pieces that I like to wear every day, like a button-up shirt or like a a crew neck sweater or something like that, I love Orly, and I can't express enough how much I love this shirt. It really is, and I know like recency bias, right? But I've not been this excited about a piece of clothing in a really long time. Like, I absolutely love this. So that was the super light wool shirt from Orly. Absolutely love. Which brings us to our next shirt, which is also from Orly, because your boy's down bad. Like I said, I really love them, and I just can't get enough of their button-up shirts because I've been looking to upgrade button-up shirts that I've had in my wardrobe. Hang on, let me actually show you really quick. So again, like I said, I have clothes over here off to the side that I either use for like work or I just don't really wear anymore, and they just don't have like a value to sell, or I might just donate them or something. So this Poplin thrifted polo Ralph Lauren shirt that I got for like $80 a year and a half ago, I've always liked this shirt a lot for the color and for the layering value it gave me. But there was two things that I've always hated about this. One is because it's so oversized. It's like a 2XL, bro. Because it's so oversized, it never like tucked into my pants the way I wanted it to. And then it was also just too oversized for the style I went to, even wearing it by itself. But I've always loved this like look, poking through like a quarter zip, a full zip, layered with a jacket. And I've been looking to upgrade this shirt for a really, really long time. And I just couldn't find anything that I wanted because a lot of cotton poplin shirts just fit way too formally. Like, they're too slim or whatever. And I didn't even know if I wanted a cotton poplin shirt because I just think they're kind of boring and just whatever. And recently I found this shirt going through like, the Black Friday deals and that kind of stuff on a website. I honestly forgot the website name, but it's an Italian boutique. And they have this shirt. And again, this is a 100% wool shirt, and it's slightly different texture than that shirt. And it's also lined with Cupro. Bro, like, it's insane. Like, Orly is going crazy, like, with their products. Again, the reason why I pulled up that last shirt was because this was a very intentional purchase. I've been looking for something that was like a more muted brownish tone that I can layer under my other brown things or just under jackets and sweaters in general. And even like wearing it by itself, like, I absolutely love the look of this by itself. It can be very smart, very sleek looking, but at the same time, as you guys have seen from my style, I don't wear things, in my opinion, that are too formal or too like smart leaning, because that's just not who I am. So I think it can kind of like ride both those lines perfectly of when I want to dress up a bit more or just have my everyday kind of style. Okay, sorry, a little short intermission because I've been yapping so long that I need a fucking snack break. All right, so we got the apple cake pie. I'm also losing my voice. And a little black coffee. Shout out to my two boys in Switzerland. You guys know who you are. But yeah, I'm gonna go fuck this up and I'll be back. Oh yeah, and it's Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you're having a great time and being a big back like me. All right, we are feeling refreshed and ready to get back to it. So next up, I think we have knitwear, right? First item of knitwear, again, nothing new to the channel, but it is the Beige cashmere sweater from Vuja, or the Beige cotton sweater with cashmere sprinkled throughout it. Yeah, it's like an 85-15. Is that math? Yeah, I think it's like an 85% cotton, 15% cashmere. Now I clown on this, But actually, and this is not copium, I swear, for like LA weather and like Southern California and California in general, I actually prefer my sweaters. This was a recent finding this year. I prefer not to own 100% wool, alpaca wool, cashmere type sweaters because, bro, it's just too damn hot. I have a merino wool sweater that we'll get into in a second, and I couldn't even wear that in Europe because I just be getting hot. So like, I'm actually glad there's a market for like cotton, cashmere blended stuff, and I know Orly does that as well, as I was looking through their knitwear. So it's like, I know in fashion, and people love to tell you like wool is like the standard for knitwear, and like that definitely has a lot of merit. But for me, man, like I actually wear this because I can actually wear it. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Paige sweater, it's been a great sweater. I've had this also since the first pickups video. I wear it a lot during the fall winter time, obviously, because it's a little bit of a heavier piece. But again, I can wear it in the spring too. It's not too heat producing. And again, reasons why I love this so much is because it has that long kimono styled sleeve on them. It has it's not a crop sweater, but the way that the waistband bunches up, it gives off a cropped appearance, and I really love gray knitwear, so just as a layering piece. So yeah, the Paige cashmere cotton sweater, still have this, don't plan on letting this go, I don't think ever. The only downside, I guess, to this, I wouldn't even call it a downside, is that sometimes as my style progresses, I do prefer a more slimmer, snug fitting knit, but there's definitely a lot of times and places where I'd like to wear this still, because this is a more just regular fit, I would say. Even a bit, it fits even, I would say, a slightly big on me, and this is a medium. So for anyone out there that is looking for one of these, because I actually have gotten some DMs about this, this is a size medium, and again, 5'11", 147, 8, somewhere around there. Next up is another, I guess you would call this knitwear, but it's linen. It's 100% linen, and it's from this company called Dries Van Noten. And I've never heard of this brand. This was actually a brand that I found on Matches, RAP Matches. If you know, you know. Actually, I don't know. I think my friend was telling me the other day that Matches got rebought out again by another company, so now they're back. I don't know what Matches is doing. They're like tweaking over there, but I got this for a really good price. And this company is actually known on the topic of cashmere. This company is actually known for their cashmere. If you go to their website, most of their things is all 100% cashmere and all OD expensive. So I got this linen piece. Again, I think this was in my first pickups video a long time ago, and I love it. It fits me more on the slimmer side, like I said, which is funny actually thinking about it now when I did my first pickups video. One of the reasons why I didn't wear this a lot was because I thought it was a little bit too on the snug side for my style. And now I kind of consider this like a regular fitting crew neck. So it's really interesting just seeing how much your style can change even in like it's been like 9 months since that video. So yeah, this has been a pretty good staple for me. I like wearing it by itself, don't get me wrong, but I really love layering with this with button-up shirts underneath. I like wearing this with all my jackets. So, and it's also a piece that I can pretty much wear this the entire year because it is linen, especially when you layer it with things. It's just like, it's good to have those pieces in your wardrobe that's more, it doesn't really serve like a functional standpoint of like warmth. It serves more of a stylistic standpoint. So with this, I can just throw it on and off of things no matter what the season is, which I think that's always a good thing to have. Not everything needs to be like a piece for survival, you know. And not everything needs to give you a lot of warmth in your wardrobe. Obviously, starting off, you would want that, but as you get more and more pieces and more options, it's nice to have something that you can just use as like a versatile like layering piece or something, and not have to worry about getting too hot or too cold or whatever the case may be. Next knit is I think it's like vintage Banana Republic. I got this from Jan when I was in Europe. So at his house, we were just going through our clothes. I think it was before Milan or something, because we were like trying to figure out what we wanted to wear. And I saw this in his closet, and it doesn't look like anything that he'd wear now. So I was like, yo, can I peep that really quick? Because like this is kind of fire. And he let me have it. Thank you, by the way, Jan. I really appreciate it. And it was something that I was looking for from like Dries Van Noten and Jill Sander, and I was looking for a merino wool, really slim, form-fitting crew neck with raglan sleeves. That was, yeah, merino wool or something. And you know, I was looking through all these websites, and I was getting closer to the price point I wanted to pay, which was around like $200 or whatever. And I don't know, it was just in his closet, and it was exactly what I wanted. And again, like I don't care about the brand name as long as it feels good on my skin and it's serving the purpose that I want, which was a warm, really form-fitting sweater in a color that I was looking for. I was really looking for black, but look, bro, beggars can't be choosers, and this was the free 99. So this was a great pickup for me. It's kind of a gift, I guess, but yeah. So obviously, I'm not gonna like break down a fucking vintage Banana Republic crew neck, but I'll probably throw up some on-body shots of it. Again, to my point about wool, this will be the only merino wool sweater I'll ever own because, bro, even when I was in Europe, when it was at night and raining and cold, dude, it was like almost, it was always too, like, I got too hot in this to wear a lot of the times, which is crazy to think because of how lightweight and thin this is. I was like overheating in Switzerland, in Paris, in wherever. Like, it was just always not cold enough to wear this. So I'll probably wear this very sparingly here. It has been getting really cold at night and really cold in the early mornings. So I'll have like probably opportunities to wear this, but again, guys, it was free. So like, don't really have to worry about cost per wear because it's already paid, you know? So yeah, just again, little solid little piece that I like to layer with and wear occasionally, but I usually have to take it off because it's just way too damn hot. All right, so now moving to like hoodies and jackets, I guess. Oh, so this next piece is probably the craziest pickup out of everything that I own, or everything in this video. And it's not crazy because like the item itself is crazy. It's crazy because I never in my life would have ever thought I'd buy anything from this brand. One, because of who it is, and two, because like the aesthetic of the brand is just not something that I thought I'd ever wear. So this next item is a new pickup, and it's probably one of the best pickups that I've had for my wardrobe in terms of like the way I can style with it and the price and everything. And that is it's a Yeezy Gap hoodie, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is such a random purchase, but it's not random. Okay, so let me break it down for you, okay? Let me explain. So I have been looking for a full zip black hoodie forever, like for months. And the reason why it's so hard for me to find shit is because I like OCD about certain things. I might even have a form of autism, who knows? But I hate drawstrings on my hoodies, okay? I can't stand them. And then with like a full zip hoodie, I need the shape to still be like wearable by itself. Does that make sense? So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, well, you could just went to Uniqlo. You could have just went to Muji. You could have just went to Cost. You could have just went to Zara. Bro, I tried, okay? Because I didn't want to spend over $100 for a hoodie that was made out of cotton because motherfuckers be taxing. Bro, I was scrolling Ukes the other day and I saw 100% cotton full zip from Margiela for 1.6K. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then if you guys are like, oh, well, you know, it's Margiela, and like you try to give me like the whole breakdown, but they had like a cashmere wool one that looked relatively the same that was 1.2K. Like, it just, I don't know. It just didn't make sense, okay? So it's hard to find something that shape-wise I actually want to wear by itself, because I'm not going to buy a piece just to layer with it. I want to be able to like it enough to wear by itself with jeans or whatever. It's a hoodie. So that was the other problem with trying to go the cheaper alternative route, was because the silhouettes suck, bro. Like, I'm just not a Uniqlo person. I'm not a Muji person. I think their shapes are just super bland and ordinary. And I get it. It's super cheap. And if you're into it, that's totally like okay. Like, I'm not trying to shit on them for no reason. I'm just saying I don't personally like their clothes because I don't like the way it fits. But yeah, so the shape, bro, the shape is crazy. Like, it's a cropped boxy hoodie, which is another reason why I was kind of like, when I was actually considering buying it, I was like, I don't know if I want to buy it, because the whole crop boxy thing I'm not really into. But dude, like, this hoodie actually fits really fucking well. And honestly, I don't know why I didn't think it fit well, because the person who designed this hoodie was Denma. So if you guys didn't know, which all of you probably already do like know watching this video because I'm late to the party, but like the whole Yeezy Gap like line was originally a collaboration between people like H. Lorenzo, Denma, Virgil, R.I.P. Verge, like, and Kanye, and like some other people, right? So it was basically a group of friends, the whole Pyrex thing, yada, 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 no one cares. So he actually invited them to be actual members of Yeezy and helped him with design with certain pieces. And it's no secret that him and Demna have worked very closely with Yeezy's label and with Balenciaga, obviously Kanye being, you know, in runways of past and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to get into that. So Denma actually had huge influence in designing a lot of Yeezy items. And I believe in like 21, 22 is when Yeezy and Gap had their partnership. It might have been earlier than that. I don't really know because I don't really care. But in 22, the whole Kanye thing happened. And basically, they had all of these collections, the Yeezy Gap collections, because some of them did release officially. But they had all these Yeezy Gap collections that just had to get canceled because Kanye got canceled. So what, like all of the stock was either, you know, destroyed, like, because again, going back to the fast fashion thing, company write-offs and all that stuff. I'm not gonna talk about it in this channel because there's better channels that just do a better job of describing all that, or you can do some research. But yeah, so product was either destroyed, donated, rarely, or, you know, licenses were switched over, but basically it never was released. So this is technically an unreleased hoodie because this line never was released by Gap. And the new creative director of Yeezy, I'm forgetting his name, has a store in LA called, has a store or website called Los Angeles Archive. So it's an LA based store, and they're selling like all the Yeezy Gap unreleased stuff and like the Donda merch and like other Yeezy merch and stuff like that for like $40, okay? And the day that I found this website and found, like was looking into the Yeezy Gap hoodie, it was like free shipping to my house. So I bought this hoodie for $40. It was 46 something, shipped to my house, and it's the best fucking hoodie I've ever put on my body. Like full zip cropped hoodie. Like this is like the best hoodie that I've tried, and I've tried a lot. So this aside from the sweater that I was gifted, this is probably the best financial cop out of everything that I've ever bought. But even more so than the sweater because I can wear this all the time. And I've been wearing this like under everything, like during the winter especially. I've always loved the look of like a full zip, like layering piece underneath a jacket with like a button-up shirt underneath the full zip. But I've just never found a full zip that I liked, that was the right length, that was, you know, everything that I just yapped about for like the last however long that was. Nothing had what I was looking for the price and it being 100% cotton, because it's so trendy now to just make a fucking hoodie out of like the most exotic materials ever that you can't throw into like a washing machine that is like $2,000. Like, dude, it's a hoodie. Like, I want to be able to trash it and not care, you know? And I want it to be able to be worn in any season possible. Absolutely caught me off guard that I surprised myself with this purchase, okay? But I like it so much that I'm buying another one. I'm gonna get the gray one too. So let this be, this is your sign, guys. If you guys are looking to Uniqlo for full zip hoodies this season, go Yeezy season. I'm gonna keep myself safe after this video. All right, next hoodie. Again, nothing new. It is the Francesca Acne Studios hoodie. This is the only item from Acne Studios that I still own, that I plan on keeping for, again, I'm not gonna say forever, but for a long time, because it's just, when I do want that boxy cropped hoodie look, oversized, cozy, whatever, this just does it for me. I wear it all the freaking time. And one thing to note about this hoodie that I'm really impressed with is that I have washed this hoodie a lot, and it is still very true black in color. Like, it didn't fade. It's not like vintage washed or like grayed out anywhere. Absolutely fantastic quality. I really love this, and it will not be leaving my wardrobe anytime soon. So now we are on to the jackets and outerwear section. So this is probably my favorite like section of my wardrobe right now, except for like my button-up shirts, and that's my jackets. I think I have like the perfect 3-jacket rotation at this moment in time. And the first jacket is obviously nothing new to YouTube or Instagram, and that is the Ava bomber from Vuja, which I still think is the I don't want to say it's the best thing Vuja has ever put out, but so for me, Vuja has 3 items that I think is just like better than anything else, and that is the Adonis wrap, like the full trench coat thing, the Ava bomber, and the Enzo. I'm not gonna say which color because it doesn't matter. I'm just saying the silhouette itself. Those 3 jackets to me are like must-haves from Vuja, and obviously I'm not buying the Adonis because that shit's like a lot of monies. And I think what was it, like 1.2 and it dropped. Bro, you can't find it lower than like 2.5 or 3 online. Even if I had the money to buy it, it wouldn't really make sense because I just would never wear it. So that's why I don't own that one. I probably never will, but I can still appreciate it, and I think it's a beautiful piece. Back to the item at hand. This is the Ava bomber. Again, I'm not going to go into super great detail with this because I already did it in the 008 pickups video. So if you want more information on this bomber, go check out that video. This is a size medium. I would say out of all of my jackets that I have right now, this is definitely the jacket that I wear the least. And the reason behind that is because while you can layer with this jacket, like it has enough room to be layered, I don't prefer the look of layering things with the Ava to just wearing it by itself. With the exception with being, again, that full zip hoodie look. I do kind of like layering that recently, but on average, I really like wearing this with just like a t-shirt underneath because I love how form-fitting the jacket is for me because I got this in the medium. And I think that adding bulk underneath it kind of just takes away from the silhouette of the jacket itself. Some things to note, again, it's just the outer is virgin wool. The inside is Cupro lined. It's super, super comfortable. You have your Cobrax snap button closures. So when it's fully zipped and buttoned up, it looks like a Japanese school uniform, which is very, very sick for a bomber jacket. Something I didn't know when I reviewed this jacket in my video is that it has side pockets right here on both sides. I thought it only had the front phone pocket, which is pretty funny because one day I was just like in the mirror, like putting stuff on, and then I moved my hands back and I was like, what did my fingers just catch? So yeah, it has side pockets, which is crazy. I didn't put that in the original video. Distressed paneling all throughout. Now, I will say that is the one thing that I could potentially see myself getting tired of if I ever decide to move on from this jacket, which I'm not saying I am feeling that way now. I'm just saying in the future, I could see the fringes and fraying becoming something that, because I'm so, like, it's one of those things, you know, that you might get tired of in the future. So if it didn't have that, I would say this is like the perfect bomber. I would never need one ever again for like a black, you know, bomber jacket. But since it has that, I could see a world where I get over that. But again, only time will tell what that's. Right now, I absolutely love it. And if anything, I do like the fringes because I do dress so minimally. And especially if I'm wearing something like this, it's usually an outfit that is either all black or very muted on color. So I can't really be unique through color that way. So I do like the little extra additive things that these kind of fringes give an otherwise really muted and laid back and low-key outfit. Okay, next up we have the Enzo in taupe brown. This is obviously the V2 of the first Enzo, with really the only thing that they changed is the lining, and I do actually think they changed the shape a bit, but I can't really confirm that. It just, in the pictures, this one looks more triangular than the first iteration, but nonetheless, it's still a fire jacket, and I think this is probably one of my favorite pieces in my entire wardrobe as well. And yeah, I just wear it all the time, partly because of the weight. It's the perfect weight for me. I'm someone who likes to wear layers for warmth. I don't like having one standalone jacket for warmth. So this being just like a full shell with no additive insulation, it works perfect for me. I can wear this with a button-up shirt. I can wear it with like a crew neck sweater, another hoodie underneath. I can wear it with anything. Like, I absolutely love this jacket. The other thing that they changed from the V1 to the V2 is that the outer lining, or like the outer shell, is not 100% polyester or nylon, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a wool blend, which feels really great on the skin, and I think actually makes the jacket a little bit more flowy and less stiff on appearance. I'm not gonna get too in depth with this because I have it in another pickups video, but just want to touch on some key points. Again, Kobrax snap closures all throughout, which is fire. Got rained on this a lot in Europe. Checks out, did really great. And yeah, just a really fire piece from Vuja, a staple in my wardrobe. Oh yeah, so another thing that they actually changed about this jacket was not just the outer, but they changed the lining too. They changed it from Cupro, which was what was in the Ava, to a cotton. And I think if it was Cupro, I would not be able to wear it as much because it would definitely be warmer, like probably more similarly to the Ava, than having it just be cotton lined. And the cotton lining is really comfortable. So really happy with this jacket. I'm really glad I waited for the second one because it definitely just fits my lifestyle better. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and like try to say like taupe is better for me than black because it doesn't matter. But I really like the taupe. It works really well with my wardrobe, but functionally, the material change on the second one was definitely worth the wait for me. And I think they charged an extra $30, $40, $50 for it. I think this is a great priced piece for Vuja and just for the market of like this type of a tech rain jacket in general. Last up for jackets, we have my Dries Van Noten Van Born jacket, bomber jacket from, I believe it was spring summer 24. So Dries's second to last show ever, which is sad, you know, bittersweet. It's sad because he's done, but happy because, you know, he's old, he wants to retire, he wants to enjoy the rest of his life, so good for him. This is one of those pieces where I think I can confidently say I will never get rid of this. This is one of those pieces that you pass down to your kids, you know? I'm never gonna have kids, but I'll find someone's kids and I'll pass it down to them, okay?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like, it's that good of a jacket. Crazy pause on that, by the way. Like, don't make it weird, chat, okay? Don't make it weird. But this is like one of those ancestral pieces, you know? So I will never get rid of this. I'm too emotionally attached to Dries as like a person, as a designer, as a brand. I love, love, love like how he's taken care of his house, how he's always kept his house his for as long as he's worked. I know that he, you know, got technically bought out by a conglomerate in Pew, which I'm really sad about because I already know they're gonna trash the brand years from now because Dries is still technically a part of his namesake label. But as he gets older and, you know, all that kind of stuff, it's just gonna turn into, you know, every other company that Pew owns. So it's sad, but I get it. It is what it is. It's just kind of how you have to feed all of your workers, and just for growth, I get it. I understand, but it's just sad. So one of the last true designers of our lifetimes that had his own namesake and doing things like the old traditional way is now gone. So I will never get rid of this. He's someone who got me into this type of fashion. He was always the first designer that I gravitated towards. I don't really know why. I would need to like sit down and really think about it and like talk about another video, so I'm not gonna like try to bullshit you now on why. But Dries has just always been like, his aesthetic for everyday kind of looks that's always been like where I've gravitated towards. This was actually an impulse purchase. As you guys remember from the first video that I ever made, this was one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel, was because I wanted to tell people about this jacket. I wanted to share that happiness and share like that love of this hobby that I'm sure we all have to other people around the world. So this jacket actually means a lot to me, not just from like a style perspective, but, you know, coming up on a year with this channel, all the friends that I've made from having this channel and having an Instagram, because before this, for YouTube, I didn't have any of that. It's been really great. And a lot of it is because of this jacket. So, and then being Thanksgiving, thought I'd get sappy on you for a second and say thank you to everyone who watches my videos, follows me on Instagram, and all the really cool people that I've met from this channel. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm thankful for you guys. And again, tying this back into the piece, which might sound goofy to some, but others might resonate with this as well. It kind of started with this jacket, because if I didn't buy this jacket, who knows, maybe I would have never started a YouTube channel. So yeah, we'll never get rid of this. aside from the emotional part of owning this jacket, which I know again it might sound corny, emotional clothes, but like if you know, you know, right? So aside from that part of it, bro, it's just fire. Like it's straight gas, bro. Like you can wear this so many different ways. I love the Dries collar, that signature style, that signature like styling thing he does with all of his collars. I love how there's buttons going up and down of it. I love like the two-way zipper. I love how it's like it has a lot of pocket space, bro. Again, like a little side story from Europe. We were walking. I don't remember in what city, but I had like my filming camera in one pocket. I had like a fucking baguette in another. I had a bottle of wine in another. My passport, my wallet, my phone, my power bank. Like, bro, this has so much pocket storage that you don't even need a bag. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so sick. The color, everything. Like, it's the perfect jacket for me. Like, actually the perfect jacket for me. And yeah, again, it's just gonna grow with my style. It's something that is timeless for me. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Okay, so next up, let's go over the accessories before we get into footwear, just because I just don't have a lot of them. I'm not someone who really likes to accessorize that much, and yeah, I don't know, I've just never been like an accessories person. So let's get into these three. So first is this New Era, this really old, musty, disgusting New Era baseball cap. It's not like a collab or anything, guys. It's just like a normal New Era hat, Yankees hat, because I think wearing the New York Yankees logo is cooler than wearing the LA Dodgers logo. Like whatever, bro. Don't come for me. Go Dodgers though. We just won the World Series. Who cares? No one. Because no one watches baseball. But next up, just kidding, guys. Everyone watches baseball, all right? Don't kill me in the comments. I get it. I don't want to hear it though. Next up is this Vuja Day Shishiko cotton hat. And one thing to know about this hat, if you're like have bought from Vuja Day in the past, is that this hat actually does not fit like all of the other hats that Vuja Day has ever put out, like the denim hats. I would say the denim hats fit very like, what's the word? It's like they're low profile hats, so they sit really high on your head. And I've saw a lot of reviews on YouTube about those hats, about them not fitting. And I would say this hat definitely fits way closer to a traditional New Era baseball cap than any of the hats that they've ever put out. So if that was something that you were on the fence on because you've tried Vuja Day hats in the past and were like, this doesn't fit my head, how can anyone wear this? And you liked the look of this minimalistic type of hat, I'm pretty sure like this will fit anyone. Like I had really long hair at one point, like where I was butting it and stuff, and this fit like perfectly with that. And I have way less hair now and it fits perfectly now. So yeah, love this. I actually technically bought the black, and Jan, my friend from Europe, bought this color. And when we were on our trip, we both liked both colors, but we couldn't decide on which one we wanted to buy. So we're like, oh, fuck it, just pull the trigger on one. When we meet up, like if one of us likes the other one, we'll swap. And we ended up swapping. So I took home the taupe color, and again, as you can tell from my other hat choice, when I like to wear hats, it's typically this color because I don't wear hats very often. But I did always have I always had that want of like a minimalistic hat that didn't have any branding on it, that was made of like, you know, higher quality materials. But I didn't ever want to pay the price that certain companies are charging for a fucking blank hat. Like I'm not paying $350 for a fucking hat, bro. Like the amount I paid for this hat is already OD enough. Like, but it is a good hat. Like it's definitely a good hat. And I just wanted to touch on the shape and depth of the hat because I feel like that would put a lot of people off on buying this if you guys have had experience with Vuja Day hats in the past. And then my last accessory is obviously my belt. Now, I did buy the white belt as well, as you guys all know. I had no other issues with that belt other than like the issue that I've always brought up with this thing. I had no other issue specifically with the white belt. It's just that I never had the opportunity to wear the white belt. Like in my wardrobe, the times that I'd want a white belt, it's like it's too few and far in between for me to hold on to the item, and I never really wore it, so I'm selling it. And this belt, dude, this belt I wear every single day. Like I know I've you know ranted about the quality of, you know, this thing and the weightiness of the buckle, which I still think are valid points. But with that aside, as I've been in fashion longer and as I've been looking through like, you know, accessories and the prices that people charge for belts, I actually really don't think it's that bad. And again, even knowing about this quality, like I still wear it every single day. Again, the buckle shape and whatever this thing is called on this side here, it is like my favorite shape out of any belt I've seen on the market for like a classic men's style belt. So I don't mind the price for this. And again, like it is an essential for me. Like I wear this every single day because I have such a small waist and because I am like on the taller side. If I want a pair of pants, if I want to wear a pair of pants, I'm always gonna have them belted because I don't really like tailoring my pants, especially denim. I'd rather just wear a belt and just be fine with it that way. So yeah, this is probably, out of all the accessories that I have, not probably, it is the most essential accessory out of anything else that I own. And just in general, I'm just not a big accessory guy. So yeah, thought I'd just touch on those for a moment. Oh, one accessory I did forget to talk about was the Dries Van Noten carry-all bag. And I've actually had a lot of questions about this bag as well on Instagram because people want to buy it for school and whatever. This bag is interesting because I don't get me wrong, I like the bag. It's a great shape and everything, but when you wear this bag like this on a single shoulder, it is fine. You can carry a lot in it, has good depth and width and all that kind of good stuff. You can wear it on the shoulder. It doesn't get that uncomfortable ever, even full capacity. When you do fill it though, full capacity, just know depending on like obviously what items you put in there and how much it weighs, it can get pretty uncomfortable, especially when you wear it crossbody like this. Dude, when we were in Europe walking around, bro, we had to take shifts like carrying this, and it wasn't even like maxed out. We'd have like a water bottle in there, like a tiny camera, maybe some food or something. And if you ever went past that capacity and put like a hoodie in there, a jacket in there, an iPad in there, dude, wearing it like this, like just jacks up your traps, like your shoulder. It's really weird. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, single shoulder, totally fine. But again, this portion is for those very specific people out there that ask me questions about owning this bag. So yeah, I think it's a great bag. I think it's really cool. I would never spend $1,500 on a bag, and I didn't spend $1,500 on this bag. I got it for like $400 on an Essence sale a while ago. I just haven't ever talked about it on YouTube. And I just really wanted a leather bag. This thing got beat to hell on my trip. It got downpoured in Switzerland because we were at a bus stop and there was no cover there. So it just got straight rained on for like hours because the fucking Flixbus, dude. Flixbus, I hate Flixbus, by the way. Just random straight to Flix. Fuck Flixbus, okay? All the homies hate Flixbus. Yeah, so this thing's been beat up. It got thrown through airports, thrown through like underneath seats, nasty ass Flixbus floors, hotel room floors, like just absolutely beat to hell, and it's held up pretty nice. I actually should clean this. But yeah, solid bag. Would I buy it again? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm still kind of finding my style with bags. I don't think this is like the end all be all bag for me. It was just like a normal, classic, like nice looking quality leather bag for like a good price for leather bags. So I bought it. I'm finding out that I'm just not a bag person. I don't think, bro, this was great in Europe. It's great to travel. It's great when I go to my friend's house for a weekend and I need I don't want to carry a suitcase, I bring this. But like day to day, and when I'm going out shopping or if I'm going out just around LA or whatever, bro, I don't fucking carry bags, bro. It's such an inconvenience, which is crazy to call something that's supposed to be helping you make your life more of a convenience. Like I just like walking around with nothing like hanging from me besides my clothes and like a phone and a wallet. That's like all I need. So it's great for when it's great. Did I need to spend that much money though for a bag when I'm not wearing it that much? Time will tell, because when I start school this coming up semester, I also bought this with the intention of it being like a school bag for me. So we shall see. I will report back if it was worth it or not. But as of right now, for every day, I just don't use bags. But yeah. All right, so for the last section of the video, we're gonna go over the footwear. Now, obviously, there's a lot here. I wouldn't say all of these shoes are in my rotation. It's just that some of these shoes that I don't wear too often, I'm like, I'm not gonna sell because of, like, there's no point to sell them. Like, I'm not that much of a purist. I don't need to get rid of everything that I don't wear every day, right? So, and there's still like a role that each one will play, even if it's not in my rotation right now. So I'll talk about that when we go through the shoes. So I guess let's go through the shoes that I'm talking about then right now. So we'll go over the shoes that I don't really wear anymore, which first are these BW Sport Gats. I actually think the biggest regret I've ever had with fashion, I mean, so far, was actually selling my Margiela Gats, my mocha colored ones, because I sold those because I was really influenced at the time from just social media in general to buy tabbies. And it was one of those items that, you know, you think are really cool and they look really cool, and then you get them and you're like, wow, like I look like a fucking idiot in these. So it's like, just because something is cool does not mean you need to buy it. And I learned that lesson the hard way with the tabbies. I learned that lesson a couple times, but I definitely remember that lesson with the tabbies. So yeah, selling those Gats to get the tabbies definitely did not pay off in the long run. And I liked the Gats so much when I owned the black colored ones from Margiela that I bought another pair in this color. And I did it because I didn't want to spend the money to buy another exact item in my wardrobe. I also wanted to see how much I'd wear this type of colorway type of shoe in my wardrobe as well before, you know, splashing the cash on something that was more premium or more expensive or whatever. And yeah, so side tangent, I do like the Gap silhouette. Obviously, it became one of the most overplayed shoes in existence along with the Sambas. But I mean, if you like something, you like something. I just don't wear these anymore because one, I kind of upgraded them, and we'll get into that in a second. But two, they're just not comfortable. Like this specific one from BW Sport, I know some people think they're comfortable, and like on the other end of that, some people think the Gats from Margiela are uncomfortable. Like they have problems with it, like hurting their toes or like biting into their heels. For me personally, the Margiela Gats was probably the most comfortable sneaker that I've tried from like a luxury brand. So that's another reason why I regret selling them, is because they were so easy to wear all the time. But yeah, don't really wear Gats anymore. Yeah, I just keep those because I wear them to work, wear them wherever. It's like a beater shoe. I don't really want to sell BW Sports. There's no point. Second one to talk about are these Birks. These are the Kyoto slides from Birkenstock in suede. Again, really no point in selling them because I do wear them sparingly, but like to the grocery store or just whenever. It's not really special enough to talk about. But yeah, if you guys are interested in these are called the Kyoto slides from Birkenstock. It's like a special, I'm not trying to say this to like make them sound cooler than they are. It's like a special edition because they're all suede, like the cork sole is covered in suede. I don't remember what that's called from Birkenstock, but they do it with certain models. So if you're looking for them online and you're wondering why you can't find them, just know you have to like figure out what they're called, the special edition thing. And then last up are the Burt clogs. Now I do wear my clogs a lot still, actually. I actually do wear this. So the first two pairs, the two pairs that I don't really wear, I don't know if I'd say these are in my rotation because just again, it's like I'm not building an outfit around them. It's more of like I'm running to the store, running to school, running to somewhere, and it's just like I'm just throwing them on. And I don't mean that in like a bad way to them, but bro, they're just clogs. And it's like, bro, so many brands have copied the clog. I'm not saying Birkenstock invented them, but they're definitely the most popular brand for clogs. So many brands have tried to like make this like luxury. Like they try to luxurize. That's not even a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like they tried to like take this idea and make you pay $800 for it. And it's just so ridiculous. Like Balenciaga has one. I'm pretty sure Loewe has one. You know, every luxury house has like a clog now, and it's like the Row has one for like almost $1,000. It's just like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's so ridiculous. Like just buy Birks and move. Okay, so moving into my actual shoe rotation now. So when we say rotation, when I hear rotation, I think of shoes that I'm building outfits around or I'm wearing every day, or like this is, you know, why did I just mansplain rotation? Like you guys know what the fuck a rotation is. So first up, we have these beat ass Chuck Taylor 70s.
Yeah, I've never been a Converse guy ever in my life. Growing up, we used to clown Converse because they look like clown shoes. Like in Southern California, it was like van supremacy or nothing. So, never been a Converse person ever until I would say like around like springtime. I started experimenting with these because I think I bought these in high school or something, and they've just been in my closet ever since, like brand new. I wore them once because it was like a back to school sale or something, and I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna wear these. So I put them in my closet, and when I was cleaning it out during the spring, I decided to give them a shot with styling. And I was like, wait a second, hold on. Like, these are kind of fire. And then all of a sudden, I was spamming these. Like, this became the only shoe I was wearing for a really long time, especially sneaker wise. So, and I think they actually look really good with certain pants, like the West from Vuja. I love wearing these together. So, yeah, I think this is actually like something that I will replace for the foreseeable future. Like, every time I trash a pair, I'll just get a new pair. So, yeah. No collab, guys. I get asked the fucking idea of these all the time on Instagram. Like, guys, you need to go outside. Like, not everything is a Chrome Hearts, like, Visvam collab, okay? Like, if that's your thing, bro, like, no shame. No shame. You're kind of down bad, but no shame. Like, these are just normal. I'm pretty sure I got these off Amazon, by the way, for like $40, okay? So, like, relax. They're just normal Converse, because I get asked all the time. We have slip-on Vans, like I just said previously. Californian, always will have Vans in my wardrobe. We're just like born that way, I guess. Again, another highly requested ID on Instagram. Guys, they're just fucking Vans. Technically, like they're the vaulted Vans. I don't know what the difference is. I just bought them because they're suede. And when I buy Vans, I only buy two models of Vans. It's the Vans slip-ons and then the authentic. But I don't really wear authentic anymore. That was like more of like a high school thing and like grade school, like growing up. And then I kind of transitioned into slip-ons, and like if I buy Vans, it's just slip-ons now. So next we have one of my favorite footwear purchases that I've ever made, which are the I don't know what the actual model name is called, but it's like the vintage like 70s runners from Dries Van Noten. And I've seen these everywhere now. Like, they blew up online, which is good for Dries because that means a lot of new people are coming into the brand who otherwise wouldn't be into the brand. And I think a big reason these blew up was because of Miu Miu and their whole New Balance collab. And I think like luxury brand runners just became like the flavor of the month over the summer. So obviously I've done a video on these again. I won't go into super great detail with them. Absolutely love these. I wear them all the time. I get a lot of sizing questions on these guys. And honestly, I would just say try them on in store because they fit really weird. They're really long and narrow. And the other thing is that they're very thin. They're very thin here. So like the tops of your feet it's kind of like smushes the top of your foot. Now, because I have the calf leather skin one, because they come in suede as well, it actually stretches quite a bit. It's way more malleable than the suede would be, and they're also easier to clean than the suede, which is why I didn't opt to get that brown color. That was probably the most popular color that they've released. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, you can see the creasing on my toes, what I'm talking about. That's where like the leather is breaking because that is where the gap of your toes are from the top of the sneaker. Otherwise, they're really comfortable. And even now, like I've obviously beat, like they don't look beat, but like I've worn them a lot. The leather, it doesn't bother me on the toe like at all anymore. But when I first had them, they were pushing down on top of my toes, which I've never had that with any shoe before. But sole wise, I know a lot of people say like, is it comfortable because the sole is so thin? I'm someone who's always worn flat shoes in my entire life, like being in Vans and everything, so I'm used to it. And I think I personally think it's comfortable. If you're used to like a New Balance type of shoe or an Ultra Boost type of shoe and you're looking for new sneakers, I would say, again, just try them on in store. I think with shoes, you really just gotta try shoes on. I don't like buying shoes without trying them first. But yeah, absolutely great pair of sneakers. All right, next up, my Bottega lug boots, the Daniel Lee Classic. In nubuck brown. I know I did like an unboxing video on these guys, but I haven't really talked about them ever on my channel after that, and that's because I bought these in March along with my Dries jacket. So with these two items, like I bought them in like a very transitional period, especially for Southern California, because it gets pretty warm around those times of the year. So I never really got to wear this or my Dries jacket until like recently. I would say probably around like September-ish is when I really started to wear these because they weren't even broken in. I remember I wore them like twice and then didn't touch them for the rest of the year. Kind of the same with the Dries jacket, but my God, guys, like I knew even though I didn't wear them, because sometimes it's hard to buy something, right? Like in like say an April or a March, wear it once or twice, and then you go through your other seasons and you have all this money tied up in like an item, right, that you could potentially sell for something that you could wear immediately. And I knew to never do that with these because I knew how much I like them. I'm not a boot guy at all. I'm not into Timbs. I'm not into high ankle boots or anything like that. So for me to find a pair of boots, it's really hard for me to do that already. So this to me is my personal favorite silhouette of a boot, like a boot, like a work boot or something. Absolutely love the silhouette. I will never need to buy another pair of boots because these are mine. I'm not letting them go ever. I got them for such a great price, and they're just fire. Super comfortable, by the way. Like probably the most comfortable out the box boot without any break-in time I've ever had. Time for the last pickup, and it is a new pickup. And it's something I've been looking for a really long time. Not this specific shoe, but a derby in general, ever since I sold my Orly derbies back in, I think that was like March, April. And yeah, I bought a pair of Guidis, guys, which is crazy because I have never been a huge Guidi person. Like, again, using that example of thinking something is cool, like the tabbies, I've always been a huge admirer of the brand, and I've always loved the front zip boots, and I just always thought they looked super cool, but I never thought it was something that I'd ever want to wear. And if it wasn't for this one store in Paris, so shout out to Bliss Foster, because without Bliss's channel, I would have never have known about this store. And it's called, bro, I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of this pronunciation, but it's like the most AIDS word ever to say in French. Leclerc. It's not just Leclerc. It's like they have like this, it has like an ending to it, so it's really hard to fucking say. But Leclerc, if you're American, and it's the Herald location specifically because they have 3 locations. We went to 2 of the 3. The other ones were whatever, but the Herald location was crazy, guys. Like, I mean absolutely insane. They had like walls of CCP. They had, like, when you first walk in, the entire left side is a wall, like this whole case filled with Guidi of colors I never thought existed of Guidi. So if you guys are ever in Paris, out of all the shopping we did, I would say the most insane one-off experience was definitely Leclerc in off of I don't know if the street's called Herald or if that's just the location name. But yeah, great experience. Unfortunately, I was not able to film there, but the guy that helped us was really, really sick. Dude like got a sense of all of our styles very fast and just started pulling just random archive shit from any brand you could think of and like just throwing it at us to help us like try everything on. Like, you know, when you go somewhere, you feel really pressured to buy something. Bro, this guy was just a homie. Like, he was just genuinely excited to like have someone there and like have like a, you know, a common interest and passion for clothes. And it was just really refreshing to have that type of experience after walking through like Balenciaga stores and, you know, your typical high luxury fashion type of thing. So it was a really sick vibe. Really sad I couldn't film in there, but it was great nonetheless. And without that experience, I would have never bought these shoes for a lot of different reasons. So first off, these are the 992. These are the 992 derbies from Guidi, obviously. And when we were there at the store, I remember saying something to him like, "Oh, I'm really looking for a derby. Do you guys have anything in stock?" or something like that. Because I just wanted ideas. I wasn't like looking to buy anything. But then he like disappeared for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, we hear him yelling from the stairs. He's like kind of singing it. It was really funny. He's like, "Where's my next victim?" And bro comes out with like, I'm not kidding, like a stack like this big. Like, he looks like a Dr. Seuss character carrying like 10 fucking shoe boxes like above his head. And this guy's like 6'4", above his head of just straight Guidi, like all of it. He had like the tornado boots. He had the front zips. He had the back zips. He had derbies, bro. He had everything. It was crazy. And one of the pairs that he had was the 992s, but they were in white. And I tried them on, I got size of them, and I was telling him, I'm like, man, if you had these in black, I would have crashed out on them on the spot because, bro, I was not thinking straight in Europe, bro. I was ready to crash out on anything, anywhere, any given time, and I'm really glad I didn't because I got these for a great deal. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to the 992s. Obviously, I've seen 992s before online. Obviously, I'm very familiar with Guidi models, but again, like the Orly example, sometimes when you see it in person, it just clicks. Like, it's much better seeing it in person and being able to, you know, touch the material, try it on, walk around in it. And the biggest thing with Guidi that everyone probably knows about is because that these shoes are object dyed, meaning the entire shoe is dyed, and which is how they get that iconic same color sole as the upper, it makes the sizing so fucked up. Like, it's impossible almost to know exactly how a certain pair of Guidis will fit, like by just looking at them online. So that was one, like, I never wanted to deal with the headache of trying to like find the pair of Guidis, and like websites that are, you know, that offer returns usually don't stock Guidi very well. So I just didn't care enough to do that hunt. And I'm just really glad I had the opportunity to buy these for a lot of different reasons. And the two biggest reasons I went with this model, or why I like Guidi in general over other, you know, derby brands, because I was getting into like bespoke shoemaking brands and stuff like that. So the first one is the last, which if you don't know what a last is, it's basically what gives a shoe its shape, especially dress shoes. It's usually like made out of wood. Think of like you know, the inserts, it kind of looks like that. It's just what gives your derby its shape, right? So Guidi uses a deformed last, and I'm not going to get into the history of Guidi because there's way better channels out there that can do this for you, and you can look on your own time. But your own time is crazy. But yeah, the deformed last look of Guidi is something that I couldn't get anywhere else, and that was like the hardest part about finding the perfect derby for myself, because if I went the formal route, sometimes it was just too formal to wear with like jeans and something else. For me, I know other people do it, but I'm saying for myself. But then if I went like the chunky, like more streetwear-y kind of derby, like even like an Orly style, it's not formal enough, you know? It's not elevated enough for me. And I know he has the Stelvio derby, and I know I've talked about that in the past, and there's a lot of reasons why I didn't buy the Stelvio derby. One of them being the shape of it, like when pants fall on it, it just didn't do what I wanted it to do for the price. So yeah, these just kind of ticked all the boxes for me. And aside from like the deformed last look, it's also the object dye of it, which is, I'm sure, for everyone out there who also owns Guidi, those are probably two of the biggest reasons why you do it as well. I didn't like how a lot of formal wear shoes have such a contrast in color between the upper and the sole. I really love that monotoned look. It gives me like more of that low key, blends with everything type of vibe, which is what I'm going for when a shoe is already made out of leather and it's all black. It's very sleek already. So I didn't want to over sophisticate my looks with something that was more obviously a dress shoe. Whereas this one, I feel like you can kind of get away with it as it being a boot, or you don't really know exactly what it is, just looking at it from when you have it on with all of your other clothes. But yeah, absolutely insane mental purchase, something that I never thought I'd own. Got the shoe trees for them and everything. Don't worry, guys. I know how to take care of them. If you guys want to leave any tips or anything that you guys wish you would have known when you had Guidis, please let me know in the comments. But I have done my deep dives already on the Guidi Reddit thread. And when I was falling down that rabbit hole of formal menswear, I learned all about taking care of leather, horse leather, cordovan, calf, you name it. So I got my Saphir Renovateur, I got my horsehair brush, I kind of got all that shit. So yeah, and I know using shoe trees for Guidi is controversial, guys. I did the research. Just know, I know, because I already know someone's typing up a fucking ChatGPT paragraph in the thing. I'm choosing to use shoe trees, okay? So I know the Guidi community is split on that and everything else. But if you guys have any tips, things that I should know about owning Guidis, again, feel free to leave them in the comments, because more information is better than less information, just with anything. Dude, that was a crazy amount of yap. Like, I'm exhausted, actually. I had to take a break, and I'm still exhausted from all that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, I'm not going to do this type of video very often. I just thought it was fitting because, again, it's been almost a year since my first pickups video, and I've changed a lot since then. A lot of things have gone in and out of my wardrobe, so that was appropriate to do a closet tour. If this is the last time I make a video of this year, I hope you guys have a great rest of your year. Like I said, who knows what might happen, and I hope you guys have a great holiday, okay? Peace.